Maddie. How you doing, my love? Hey. Welcome, heavenly and earthly. Jingy. Hello, welcome. Hey, Sherry, my love. Oh gosh, I have been walking. How are you doing? Let me take my earphones out there. Good morning, good afternoon, Brittany, welcome. Hello, I've been actually picking up litter. Pissed off that there's so many people put litter in the woods. It really annoys me. Hey, Mrs. Rogers, how are you today? How was everybody's Independence Day over in the US? Did you have fun? Did you have fun? Looks like a lovely day. It is. I've been in all day doing silent moony creation stuff, so I thought, right, here goes. I'm going out in the woods. The search. Hello, Jane. How are you doing? Thanks for inviting in your lovely blueness. Please invite. My name is Indra. silent-moon.co.uk is me, and I create wonderful loveliness by the light of the moon. And this is really my home. This space here is where I live. Most of my time when I'm not in my creation station. How is everybody? While you're coming in, welcome. Hello. Is Joel in yet? Are you late, Joel? I didn't see you come in there. Hearts, please. So let's just take a few deep breaths before we begin. So I invite you to just get yourself grounded. If you can, have your feet on the ground, draw a deep breath into your belly. And on this Tuesday, let go with a long, slow sigh. Happy day. You must be somewhere. And again, inhale into your belly. Take it in more air and stretch that breath right down into your toes. Hello, late boy. Exhale, let go. And let's have one more. Let's take the breath right down into the belly, into the legs, into the toes, down into the ground, and hold. Exhale with a long, slow sigh. And we are ready to begin. Okay, so you've noticed the title, attachment. Attachment. What do you say about attachment, everybody? Good morning from New York, one of my favourite cities in the world. Love it, absolutely love it. So the reason why many humans, many people are stressed out and sick in this society, my view is anyway, is that we have an unhealthy attachment to things that we are totally out of control of. Too many can weigh you down. Yeah, absolutely beautiful forest. It is. So a few things have happened to me lately, and you know me, I like to share my authentic truth the best that I can. Hi Steph, hi everybody, welcome to today's scope, and I hope you've read the title before you've jumped in, because I really like to get your feedback and your love on it. And believe me, if anybody comes on and starts to throw abuse, you have my welcomeness to tell them to fuck off and press the button and say bye-bye, okay? Because I do treat everybody on here with a hell of a lot of respect. You come on here, you watch me, and I appreciate it, and I expect the same from you as well, and I expect the same sort of feedback and love, and we share on here, and we have lots and lots of lovely chats. So sorry I missed your scope, Joe. There's plenty in the garden. Okay, wonderful, good, getting grounded. Oh, absolutely, you've got to tell them, because otherwise they ruin everything, and it's just like they take you off track and all that crap. So anyway, you just have my permission, that's all. Get rid. So I want to kind of stay on topic. I want to stay on topic of attachment and the feeling of we are not in control of a damn thing in this world. Work for listening. Thank you very much. So if you haven't shared it, then please do. And if you don't agree with that, then I want to know why. And I want to know your view, and I want to know if you're in control of something. Please let me know what it is. I actually read your title, I just don't know what you mean by it. Okay, my love. So I know Joel, we've spoke about this quite often, because Joel and I are pretty close. So we spoke about attachment, and we spoke about sort of what it is that we daily like to hold on to. What is it that we love in somebody else that maybe we see that we don't have, and we would like to have that? So we take ourselves into a place of attachment, we make ourselves like them, we try to be like them the best that we can, but really, can we do that? I'm a hoarder. Nice one, roll up. Attachment causes so much suffering, absolutely. So my question is really, is to say, what is it that you're controlling in your life? And are you controlling something? Is it working for you? Because if it is, I want to know more. No, we can't do that. Be one with nature, absolutely one with nature. That's my way, that's my way. But still, my love, I missed your name there. I touch so much to people. Don't we all though? We do that, we do that. However, yes, in Gita it says, attach is the root of all sorrow. It is, Sonam, welcome. We attach to anything and everything. And I just want to go back to the people thing, okay, because I've got personal experience. Hello, my darling, lovely to see you, my Max. You need to align yourself, and yes. Your ring of fire helped me. Oh, brilliant, great, yeah, I can understand that. I've been depressed the past week. Okay, right, depression. I am well versed with depression, my love, and I know what that's about. Can't stop loving your ex. There you go, it's all coming out now. Thanks for sharing that, because that's it. And you know what, Nur, I want to get your real name there. Do you smoke? No. Herbs? No. And take herbs, but I don't smoke them. I want to look at that one, because it's really what's the love now. Look at what the love is. But I still love him. Okay, yesterday, about 8 years anniversary of my best friend passing. Well, that's hard, that's difficult, because the love, are you loving with attachment? Are you loving without attachment? Because that's a huge thing to think about. Okay, it's a huge thing to contemplate, it's a huge thing to sit with. And it's not easy, it really isn't easy. I try too hard with people and it pushes them away, okay, right? Love and attachment are not the same, absolutely. And you're obsessed, okay, and you're admitting that you're obsessed. I'm impressed that you're admitting that you're obsessed, because that's a big thing to say. So I've been depressed over him, remembering all these moments. And that's what we do. That's very much what we do. We sit in the past and we look at what has been created. And I'm going to say one thing, the story. We look at the story and we attach to the story. And that is exactly what we're doing. We're just attaching to a story that was, okay? Now, I'm just going to give you a personal view, because it's partly why I found this title today in my head while I was creating, and that's what often happens with my silent mooniness. I've got some goddamn waspy thing on me. My personal story is this, okay, but many of you might not know this, many of you do know bits of it. But throughout my life, I've always been a person that, and this goes back to Gelscope. If you didn't see Gelscope at 2 o'clock, watch it, because it's a little bit about, people might say, oh my god, she's got a big ego, but it's not that. I might be bigging myself up here, but I've always been somebody who's like a trendsetter, who, even at school when I was younger, and I do come from an authentic place, so I will tell you the truth of what my life's been like. I had a bully at school, one of many, and I would call this the jumper and the bully syndrome that I went through. And it sounds kind of crazy, but this particular girl used to copy everything that I would wear. So she was kind of a friend of mine outside of school, and it's amazing because so many of you, what you think are friends, become bullies, and they have done in my life anyway. So I would come from a middle-class family, so my mom and dad would buy me good clothes. She would go out, she'd buy the same clothes, maybe in a different colour, but you know, this would be, I'd recognise this, and I'd think, it would kind of piss me off. And people would say to me, nice to hear the birds, yeah, and people would say to me, you know, it's okay, it's a compliment, it's okay, it's fine. But as it continues, you start to think, oh my goodness, can't people start to really think for themselves? And can't people, if they need to create something within themselves, if they need to create the story of themselves, then why have they continuously got to copy somebody else? And I've kind of moved through that throughout my life, and luckily that I've become quite detached from it, that I've been able to go, okay, that's really nice. They're doing something that maybe is very close to me, and I appreciate that, and I'm glad that I've been able to support that. I really have been, I'm glad that I can support that. But it's when it becomes an unhealthy attachment, and we spoke about this yesterday. If you didn't watch yesterday's scope, same from me, good luck. if you didn't watch yesterday's scope with Joel, we were talking about the guru syndrome. We were talking about the being the guru, the guy on the pedestal, and kind of what right does he have to, or she have, to sort of talk down to people, which they often do, and blah, blah, blah. You have to watch the scope because I'm not going to repeat it again. But it's really important that you stick with your own true authenticity about what floats your boat. Maybe you inspire people to feel okay following the past that they've forgotten. Yeah, and that's the truth. That's the truth, and hopefully that's something that I do and that I can do. But when I see other people sort of spending, you know, a lot of their time, investing their time in a lot of people and not really focusing on their inward journey and what's going on within them, I feel sad, and I want to say, hey, what are you doing? Look at you, look at the truth within you, because when you look at the truth within you, that is when you shine. Shine, shine, shine. One good thing about attachment is that they have the ability to detach. Oh, I missed the last bit, my love. I missed it. Oh, my goodness. There's quite a few on here today, isn't there? I noticed with you, Joel, there was quite a few. So let me just repeat what I was saying at the beginning if you missed it, because what I was saying was the reason why many people in society are stressed out and they're miserable and they're sick and they feel they feel disconnected to the earth, disconnected to nature, is because they have an unhealthy attachment to the things they have no control over. They have zero control. And believe it or not, we have zero control in this world. We don't know any moment in time that things could happen to us, whatever happens to us, to our loved ones or whatever. I've attached with someone now after years. Still, I missed that last bit, sorry my love, but I want to get over it. You want to get over it. So what are you doing about getting over it? You're saying you want to get over it. What are you doing to support yourself, to find the strength within you to actually get over it? Because people are lots of attachment to people. Yeah, there you go, Joel. Gosh, we're always in sync, Joel and I. The people thing is a big thing. And another thing about me is I've always found that women, and I know a lot of women who come onto my scopes often say, yes, me too. It's been a female thing with me. It's been a female thing that I haven't really connected with women in my life, and now I'm quite okay with that, because I actually get on better with men, because I just feel a lot more comfortable with men, because people hurt, yeah, they do, because I've always found that women have kind of turned on me in a way, have gone, you know, for their own little reasons and their insecurities, and all I want for them is to find the security within themselves to really stand up for who they are. I'm trying to detach but still think about him. The biggest attachment you should have is with you. Yes, lovely. The guru Max speaks, and I totally agree with you, my love. But even then, the touching to self, you know, is often a tough place to be. But because then where does it take us? And I know I'm going deeper here, but where does it take us within ourselves? Retired 5 years and have detached from people, but it is good finding myself. Beautiful, absolutely. And don't you find when you turn into that sort of stage of life where having 4 brothers and being the only girl, I do find it I get a lot better with the males. Absolutely, I agree with that. I don't have brothers, but I can get that energy. Moving into the crone phase of life, and this is for men as well. I'm going to turn this around. Goddess meditation. So what was I going to say? Moving on to the crone phase of life. Maybe women want to spend time with you. Well, maybe they do, but they've got to ask first if I want to spend time with them, because I also have needs as well. And you know, I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy on my own. I've spent a lot of time on my own, and I'm very comfortable with my own company. And I think a lot of the time that I've personally had people who want to go, but I want to spend time with you and I want to share with, and that's okay, that's fine. But then it's a two-way thing, isn't it? It's a two-way thing where we've got to go, okay, yeah, but we may be able to compromise here, but right now at this point in time in my life, or at this week, it's not right. So I want to get into the crone thing, the whole lovely message that I received there. It was gorgeous. I found that the crone stage in life, I'm loving being. Yeah, Christy, there you go, Christy. When we step into that stage of the wise one, when we move from maiden, when we move from mother, when we move into crone, and this applies to men as well, when we move into sort of the third stage of life, when we come into retirement, we come into that space of not giving a shit really about what others think, and we can really stand in our power, and we can really, hey, sigh, hello my love, we can really stand in our truth. And what better way to be? Some people do receive that blessing a lot earlier on in their life, and that's lovely. And we're finding now, just started Crone today, brilliant. So we're finding now that, hey, we're finding now that a lot of people who are born now and are sort of coming into their 20s, you know, and that they're a lot wiser than some of us were in the 70s and the 80s. And it's really interesting to see, you know, that there's such a difference in us. Not giving a shit is underrated. Absolutely. Well, Joel, come on, you know my view on that. You really do know my view on not giving a shit. And I still give a shit, and you know, but I give less of a shit. And Christy, I love what you said about retirement and it's spending that time learning about who you are. And when you start learning about who you are, what happens? You start to find that place of detachment where you can, I couldn't give a shit. I know. I used to care so much for people. People thought about me. Yeah, absolutely, Steph. Much energy wasted. God, it does. Love being. That's another thing. It does waste energy. It wastes a lot of energy. But also on top of that, it's sort of because we finding ourselves and our space, and whether you want to call it story, whether you want to call it stillness, whether you want to say centeredness, finding your being, it drains you. Yeah. It's when you start to make friends with people, when you start to be with people, you come from a totally different place. You come from a place where you don't have to be with that person daily, where you don't have to be on the phone to them daily. I've got one person in my life that I do that a lot with. I'm not sharing their information, but I adore their energy and I love being with them, and I give my permission to that, to my heart, to my soul, because that person also feels the same. So it's just a connection. It's a soul connection. Unfortunately, got to go. We'll watch replay. Have a beautiful day, and you too. And I think once you find that space within you where you have that soul connection, where it's okay to be on the phone regularly, but there's that space between you where you can go, it's okay that I have to go now, you know, yeah, good, bye, and you move on with your day. That's healthy, that's good. But when you've got this kind of attachment that is it was, I think, I don't know if you're still on there, and because I didn't get your real name, your real name, your actual name, if Nur isn't your actual name, is you were saying that you were being that you had this attachment to your ex, and that, you know, you felt it. And I really appreciate the fact that you're facing that, first of all, that you're seeing it, because I think that's step one to attachment, is the fact that you're seeing it. Now what do we do about it? And you've got to find what's right in your heart, what it is in your heart that makes you feel better about detaching from that person, whether it's meditation, whether it's flower essences, whether it's walking in the woods. But please don't let anybody tell you how to do it. Really look within you, and that's where the work starts. It's about stepping out and really looking within you as to where you can find that place of detachment. Attachment to X, ask if it brings you stress or peace. Absolutely, that's brilliant about being kind to you, isn't it, Joel? I guess you've got to let go from attachment and do your own thing. Absolutely. Get leverage to change. Yes, when people leave you, attach more to yourself. Yeah, I like that, Max. I want to know a bit more, Max. I'm asking questions here, but I want to ask more about when you say attach to yourself. What is it that you mean about, oh, thank you. What is it they mean about attached to yourself? Look, I pull information out of people because I'm always interested in knowing what people say. Attached to yourself, because I'm slightly confused about what you're saying about attached to yourself. Sometimes I wish we could speak on Periscope, because sometimes it's hard. Indra rocks. I do. Having a good day today. I'm waiting for Max's comment while I open my bottle, and it's not vodka, everybody. Look at that spot on my hand. If it dropped a little bit, it would be a bindi, and I wouldn't be so mad about that. But God, it's good, Joel, because I got bit in the woods the other day. In the woods in the south of England. So I want to know, what it is that you mean about attaching to self. I'm hoping that you're writing, because I have no comment. Okay, sigh. Okay, Bindi Bop Spot. Bindi Botty Spot. I've got one on my bum as well, yeah. Yeah, we did some videos the other day in the woods, and that sounds dirty, but it's not what it sounds. Right, okay, here he is. Think one should love oneself more than anything and anyone. I love that. I really love that, and I think that's the truth. I'm going to add to that, because I'm going to go a little bit deeper before I go. I need to go and pick up some litter in this wood, because I'm really pissed off about the fact people have been dropping crisp packets. It annoys me. And many of you know this, I had an eating disorder when I was younger. I was really poorly, and I attached a lot to my physical. I found it very difficult not to attach to my physical, and spend a lot of my 20s, hi Melissa, detaching from the physical body and how I look and how I feel, and still there's peer pressure on women to be this way and that way, and not to do this and not to do this, and blah, 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 and have this boob job and have this face job, and don't grow old gracefully, make sure you don't have a wrinkle, and all that shit. And I can't stand all that. It's really against my beliefs. Thanks for sharing. Woke up late. Good. Watch the replay. This is fine. This is good stuff. Be with you. If you need to sleep, you need to sleep. So I've always found that attaching to myself has been quite detrimental, really, because if I attach to myself, then shit, you know, what's happening? You know, but hello tree girl, hello sheepy. But I see what you're saying, Max, and I get that. And maybe that's because you come from an Eastern view, and I love it, because my dad did too, and I'm in the Western world, and in the Western world there is so much fucking pressure on being this way and being that way and not being your true nature. After meditation I was staring at the grass and saw the vibrant colours, oneness, movement and energy. Stephen, that's lovely. Wonderful. So I know one day, Max, you said to me, if you're still there, why are I think we were talking on Private Scope, and I think you said to me, why are Western people, why do they get so caught up in their world, and you know, and that really stuck with me, and I remembered sharing it with Joel, and I thought, you know, Max just said, why do we do it? And we do. We get so caught up in what other people think, and I love that view of just being. Yes, yeah, and I remember that, and it really stuck with me. It was a beautiful way to share a nugget of inspiration with me. I think you have to go beyond attaching to yourself and others. And yes, absolutely, nothing. Oh, Muji, yes, I was a follower of Muji. I used to be, but then what happened? I went, I don't need to follow anybody. I'll just follow myself and keep walking down this path. And it's that one behind me, and I don't stop. I just keep going. I need to watch a replay. It's not all nothing. Okay, yeah. A bit about the view on that. I'm watch yesterday's scope that I did with Joel about gurus. It is really good, and it was lovely to get Max's view, and it's really supportive loveliness that you were all giving. So everybody, thank you for your comments. It was really nice to get that. Remember, just if you can take anything from this, just do your best to be with your heart, be with who you are, stay centered, and create your own story, if that's what you want to call it. Tomorrow there will be more colour in my hair, as I'm having it recoloured. So there should be a brighter rainbow look tomorrow. So I'm loving you loads and loads. Thank you for sharing. Gosh, that one's a riddle, Joel. Yeah, we have lots and lots of views on this guru. I think we should do another scope on that, Joel, because it was really interesting to get people's views. Thanks, and a great day. You too, Sherry. Where are you chilling? I'm out in the woods with a big spot on my head. A lot this time of year. In Harrogate in North Yorkshire. Listen to the beautiful birds. Yes, need the guru scope again. Yeah. Sit on your own pedestal. Look at yourself. Look at who you are. Look at your truth. We spend too much time looking at other people instead of just being. And of course people can help us and share with us, but allow them to help you from a place of detachment. Don't attach to them. And when it's time for them to say bye-bye, or for you to say, okay, you've served me now, whatever you've given me has helped me so much. Be grateful to them, whether that be in prayer or whether that be on a one-to-one. Tell them, and then go out with love. I tell you what I did before I leave. I had a wonderful ex, beautiful ex, wonderful man, French guy. Loved him to bits. He's great, and he kept on attaching to me and wanting my attention. And this is only recently. You know, gorgeous, you're lovely, but no. I'm not there. Obviously, I'm in a relationship, and So I went to see him. And I went to see him, and I went to where he works, and I held his hand, and I just poured up my truth from my heart. And I said, you have given me in my life so much. You have helped me in this way. You've helped me see the fun in life. You've shown me how to be childlike again. You've done this, and this. I told him, and I listed to him everything that he's done to support me and to show me the bigger picture. And opened up those spaces within me that maybe were slightly closed, as coming from a place of an eating disorder in my life, and then showing me how to have fun, because when I was younger I didn't really live a teen life. I kind of hid myself in a cave. And afterwards he thanked me, and I never heard from him again, and my job was done. So if you've got something that you want to close with somebody, don't be afraid to go and see them. Hold their hand, and even if they go, you know, you're kind of strange, or even write them a letter if that's better. Touch them in the place of true authenticity, and I promise you it will touch them. And then your relationship is done, the cord is cut, and you're free to move on. So I advise that any of you who get into that place of attachment with somebody who may be an ex, but really feel that when they touch the place of detachment, once you've got there, because you have to get there first, either go see them, write a letter, cut it off, and you will be free from that bit of karma, if that's what you call it. Good morning from Matthew, Tiger Woods impersonator. So there you go. So that's it. Follow me. No, I just don't go around following anybody. I follow you if I see your scope and I enjoy who you are. Okay? Are you a vegan? No, I'm not a vegan. I'm a meat eater. So I love you all loads. Take care, and I hope that nugget of information inspired you for the day. See you tomorrow with coloured hair. Bye. Bye-bye.